Hello everyone, you're here with me, Layli from Yoga One, on your day 21 day of the challenge. How's it going? I am doing this with you and it's been feeling great. And for someone like me, showing up every day to this workout is pretty much takes a lot of principle and disciplines, but then not only physically, emotionally has been really helpful. It helps us to hold into that space, it creates patience, it creates happiness. And it's kind of the vibe, the message I got out of this working out with Cobra Witness with Matt, that generously offering beautiful workouts on a daily basis for us, was there is a sense of unity towards our community. Although we're all spread out, but it's somehow empowers me knowing that other people shows up as well, and you're putting your comments and you're showing your struggles and your good things, you're tuning, you're getting even fitter. I mean, that kind of pushes me forward as well, which is amazing. Like, we all spread out, but we're kind of all together working towards the same thing. Anyways, can't wait to, again, being with you, practicing and working out with you back at the gym. For today, I'll be taking you through a sequence of upper body, working through your shoulders. Most of us, this is your favorite part of stretching. And so all the way from the deltoids to your lats, serratus muscles, back of the scapulas. We're going to discover that all, and hopefully you're going to feel a lot of openness, because that's where your heart is, right? Okay, to start with, your favorite pose, as I read that in your comments, broken toe. For this sequence of today, you need a prop. So that would be strap. If you have a yoga strap, perfect. It could be a belt, scarf, a light beach towel, anything that is slightly long. So the broken toe, it's about tucking your toes under and sit back onto your heels. So we're gonna be spending some time here together. So if that doesn't work for you, you can just point your toes, or you can start with broken toe and then change it eventually. It's a beautiful stretch towards your ankle. Or you can place a blanket or pillow to make it more restorative or make it more tolerable. You can also lean forward. So then you're gonna grab your strap. If you have a strap like mine, grab it from the metal side so it doesn't hit the ground and takes you out of the space. So you wanna open your arms as wider than your shoulders, and I will tell you what is the goal of this practice. This is a lot of mobilities towards your rotator cuff and your shoulders. So you're gonna take the strap all the way up over your head until it touches the back of your waist, and you're gonna bring it all the way back forward. And we're gonna do that in a few repetitions. So the goal is not to loosen up the strap. So you don't wanna wrinkle your strap. You wanna split it apart from one another. So if for that you need a wider distance in between your shoulders without bending your elbows, then go ahead, go wider. If this is too easy, go a little bit less distance between your both palms. And let's start. Sit back onto your heels, take a breath. So if you see yourself going to this arch into the lower back, draw your belly in, take your spine nice and tall. Take a breath in, reaching the arms back and forward. Try to keep your neck nice and tall, so you're kind of stretching your back fascias, the superficial muscles starting from your lower back all the way to the back of your head. And keep going. So breathing helps in this practice. So when I was going through a chronic shoulder injury, this was the best exercise, helped me finding end range of motion and getting my shoulders move into a safe place so I could continue doing what I've been doing, which is mostly yoga practice and weight-bearing practices. And if you suffer from a lot of impinging onto your shoulders when you do overheads, you maybe want to use this even as a warm-up. So we're gonna be hanging out in here. How are your toes doing? Sending you a lot of love, right? Just pray with it. Just change your connection, breathe through it, go into your happy space. Slow down or fasten your tempo, your choice. And then on your last hand, when you come forward, this time I want you to go for a wider distance and turn your palms facing up, cup your strap with your both hands, and then reach your arms over your head and then come back into the center. So that's too wide for me. So you don't have to look at me that how short I can get this working. I've been doing this pretty much every day for a very long time. We're gonna do about 8 more cycles. You are welcome to pause this video and do a little bit more. Or if it's getting too much, you can pause and then join us back when you're ready. Okay, one more to this one. If you want to point your toes, go ahead. I'm not forcing you to stay here. Fold your strap, your towel, anything you got into a little bit shorter. So grab hold of each ends and just go ahead, be creative, intuitive towards the side of your body and start moving your strap side to side. So finding your full range of motion, whatever is accessible for your shoulders to work through this. There's no order, there is no actual shape towards this, whatever feels good. And pause where you need more. Try not to look for the areas that it always feels good and open. Look for those stagnated, sticky areas to open up. Another breath. And release your strap. Whew. Let that be, shake your hands. Move the strap to the side. Coming into your tabletop position, point your toes and start tapping onto your toes. Let the blood and the energy, the chi, the life force to flow back to where we've been holding. So all your nerves and meridians pass through the sole of your feet. Broken toes is an amazing, amazing exercise to start before anything you want to do, whether it's yoga or your workout. It stimulates everything, all the organs into your body. All right, push your hips back, take a child pose, open up your hips. Take your knees wide, toes together, maybe coming to your fingertips to keep your shoulders awakened. And then roll back up, coming into your tabletop. We're gonna take a cat and cow rolls, but this is more like dancing your scapulas. Take your index finger forward. I'm gonna face you so you can see this better. Push into your palms, so protract the back of your shoulders and turn the eyes of your elbows towards the front. All right, keep holding on into this and then push your heart towards the back. And now you start rolling your shoulders towards your hips. So making a drawing and creating a big circle. Try to keep your neck stable so you don't want to move it side to side. Look somewhere to the front and down. Keep going. A lot of crunching you might hear, and then changing to the other side. Come from elevation then towards depression. So if you're really doing this right, those little muscles between your scapulas called rhomboids, they should be feeling quite strong and activated at this point. Sit back onto your heels and then shake out your arms. Little bit of your wrist stretch, bring your palms together, squeeze your palm interlace and start circling your wrist. Squeeze your palms a little bit more so you can feel this more, and then changing the direction. From here, meet me back into your tabletop position. Bring your elbows around underneath your shoulders and interlace palms together. Make sure that as soon as you go to this pose, which is dolphin, it's like a upside down V-shaped letter, like a down dog, but with the forearms down, the weight of the front side of the body gets heavy, the back side of the body is light. So you don't want to collapse into your neck. You want to press the floor away. We're activating the muscle as well as opening and lengthening. So push into your forearms, press your wrists down, lift your shoulders up through the ceiling, bring your feet hip width apart. If your hamstrings are tight, bend the knee, shift the weight back. If your hamstrings are open, walk your feet forward without collapsing and rounding your spine. So you want to push back, feel it into the back of the shoulders and not front of your joints. All right, from here, I want you to protract the back of your shoulders, broaden, and then start bouncing your hearts towards your knees. Let's go. Let's do that for 10 times. 10, 9,
8. So feeling a beautiful length towards your serratus, the side of your torso, all the way up towards your armpit. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one. Melt that heart towards your knee, maybe bending the knee, lifting your tailbone higher. And come onto your knees. Relax back. Take a child pose to raise your shoulders. Reach your arms back for a change, maybe bringing your knees together to support your lower back. Deep breath towards the shoulders, letting them to ease out on the exhale. Coming back up, take a downward facing dog. But since it's about the shoulders, let's open up our arms a little bit. Hands are mat width apart. Lift your hips high, coming into your downward facing dog. Pick up your left foot, bend your left knee to the chest and step it through between your thumbs. Lower your right knee down. Keep the back toes tucked under and rise up. Firm your inner thighs in through one another. Make a big circle through your arms, puff up your chest. Now interlace your thumbs, spread all your 8 fingers apart from one another. Lift the arms up through the side of the waist and then start leaning over towards that front hip. Keep your right glutes active to protect your lower back and reach your arms back if you have space to go for the back bend. And then coming into your neutral spine, you can grab the right side of your shoulders with the left hand and right arm grabbing the left side. This one, or you can go for the eagle arms. Squeezing your forearms together, stretching the back of your scapulas. Now I want you to push strong into the sole of the left foot, straight your left knee, find a balance. I know it's hard. Flex your left toes up and lean forward in between your thighs. Now move your elbows away from your shoulders and feel the stretch at the back. Breathe in. If this is way too juicy, go ahead, drop it in and stay for another. Or moving forward, stepping your feet down, big circle through your arms. Planting your hands down, both knees comes together. Widen your knees as wide as your mat, toes as well. Take a breath, lift your heart. We call this a poppy pose. Lifting your tailbone up, moving your hips back. Wrap the forearms towards the ceiling, pushing the hips back, a little bit broadening towards your shoulder blades so you're not crunching and feeling the compression into your joints. If you're bendy, chin down. If this is a little bit intense, forehead down. Take a breath and we're gonna move forward. Roll forward, tuck your tailbone, round your spine and come all the way. Drop your thighs, belly, and reaching your arms forward. This time, bringing your fingertips aligned with your shoulders. Feet are mat width apart. Push into the shoelace of the feet, engage your hamstring and your thighs, and lift your heart open. Take a breath. And then look over towards the right shoulder. Look over towards the left shoulder. And coming in back. Placing your hands on your mat, moving back into your poppy. Lift the tailbone, finding that back bend. If you want more, walk your knees further away. Dropping your heart. You can start staying here, find the stillness if that feels really good, or you can bounce it a little bit, lifting the upper back into the round shape and then melting the heart back into the mat. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out to melt. Last one. Dropping in. You can plant your palms flat or stay into your fingertips. I like this better because I don't feel the compression into my shoulders. But if you still do feel the compression, option is to bring your elbows down, plant your hands into the prayer. Walk your knees back if you need space. And then reach your arms towards the back of your head as you're letting the heart to melt down. Then rolling forward, all the way into your chest, plant your hands, tuck the toes, use your knees, press back into your down dog. Straight away, pick up your right leg all the way up. Bend the right knee to the chest and step it through between your palms. Lower the left knee down. Inner thighs firm, hips nice and squared out, reaching your arms over your head. This time, grab the opposite elbow. Lift through the side of your waist. Press your left hip forward, so ground into your tailbone. And go ahead, find your own degree of the back bend. Push into your right toes or point your toes, press into your shin bones, making sure your left hip is supporting you. Breathe in and breathe out. Move back into the neutral. Right elbow underneath the left, option 1. Option 2, press into the right heel, flex the right toes up and fold in between your thighs. Flex your right toes a lot, quadriceps is engaged, so it's holding up into the balance. And then move the elbow away from your chest. Breathe in. As you breathe out, step it through. Circle your arms up over your head, take another back bend. Feels good really here. And then lower your hands down. Step it back into your tabletop position. Once again, we're gonna take that puppy pose into a Cobra Roll. Come onto the fingertips or palms, your choice. Eyes of your elbows turning up. Heart inflates to the sky. Press it back. Look forward, maybe walk your knees back a little bit, and then round your spine, roll all the way. Come onto your chest. This time you're going to place your elbows are underneath your shoulders, finding your Sphinx pose. Pull the elbows back, bring your feet closer to one another. Pick up your left heel towards your bum. Press into your right hand and the right forearms. Grab hold of the inside of the foot and lower your heels outside of the foot. Push into the right toes so you're not crunching into the lower back. So tailbone is heavy, chest is open. Take deep breath in. It's a nice thigh, knee, hip flexor and the psoas a stretch. Counter into the core work. And changing sides, left hand comes down, left toes presses down, right arm moves back. Lower the heels. So if your shoulders range of motion allows, you can turn your fingertips forward, but don't push it. Always listen to the feedback that the body is sending you. Gently release that back. Come onto your knees. So the next couple of stretches that I'm showing you as we're closing this session is what I call to-go shoulder openers. So first one, you will feel really good after this, guarantee that. You can write that in the comment for me later. Bring your elbows together. So your elbows are gluing, your forearms are gluing, your palms are facing up towards the ceiling, pinky edge of the fingertips pressing down. And then walk your knees back to your own degree. Be very mindful because this is working on towards your rotator cuff. So if you have any previous injuries or sensitive shoulders, you might be really slowly moving towards this. And then pushing your hips back, moving your shoulders towards your hips. And then checking in here, send your breath, see if you have more space. If you do, only if you do, then use your forehead as a prop, as an extra weight to open up your shoulders more. So the goal is not to open up your pinkies or your forearms. You want to keep them together. So you don't have to go too far if you feel that you're losing that connection. And if you want more, you can always walk your knees further back, get into more deeper back bend. Keep opening your palms like you're opening up a book. And then roll forward all the way. Come on into your belly, release your arms. So how is the challenge of those push-ups are going for you? Now I'm gonna give you something, a reward towards those. I call this pose a counter to the push-up. We call it a broken branch pose. So lie down onto your chest. Bring your left hand into the 90 degrees. So left elbow is aligned with the left shoulder, palm is facing down. Turn your head towards the opposite side. Bend your right knee towards your chest and start rolling towards the left shoulders. Too easy? Elevate your elbows a little bit higher than the shoulders. Too tough? Lower your elbows a little bit down towards the side of your torso. So a lot of teachers teach this one with the straight arms. that doesn't really give me the sensation that I'm looking for, and it's not really certified into what I'm trying to gain out of that, because the elbow is in the weight. It takes the energy, the direction of the energy off, blocks it out. Stay for another deep breath and move on to the other side. So 90 degrees, palms like a stop sign, and roll over towards your right shoulder. So this is a beautiful stretch towards your pecs. If you feel this into your lower back, bend that bottom knee in towards your chest. If that's too much, just stack the feet on top of one another and take less on crossing over. Coming back into the center, so that was more towards opening up the front of your shoulders. We're just gonna counter that into that thread the needle. Come onto your knees, toes tuck under, right hand underneath the right shoulder, left arm opens up into the twist. And then thread the left hand underneath the right armpit, palm facing up, and dropping your forehead down into the floor. Right arm can reach as forward, like your leverage. If you wanna have some sensation into the inside of the right shoulder, you can bend the right elbow and wrap your arms from the back of your waist and try to grab your t-shirts or the inside of your pants. And head direction, your choice. Sweetness into your breath. Follow a calming pattern. To allow you to feel more and stay present. And then reaching your right hands forward. Press the palms down, reach the left arm up, open up into the twist. And then changing sides. Left hand down, right arm opens up into the twist. Right hand goes under. Place it down, press your chest into the top of your shoulders. Left arm forward, or reach it back. Grab the inside of your thigh. Head towards the direction that it feels all right onto your neck. Reach the palms over, press it down. Right hand goes across, opens up. And coming back down. So what we covered at the beginning of this session is a beautiful practice to warm up your shoulder before your practice, before your training. And towards the end is a nice cooling down and a stretch. You can always mix and match and add on to your practice. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button for us. Please share if you have any ideas, anything that you'd like to share in the comment box. Have a great day ahead, and namaste.